G'day legends, I hope that you're doing well. Now I'm going to try and keep this one short again because I'm a bit unwell again now. Many people pointed, why are you always unwell? Well, the chemotherapy really knocked me around and I do struggle. If someone has a cold, I will 100% pick it up. Now, this is unconfirmed, but Russian channels are saying that this footage from their aircraft is of the American Reaper drone, which was downed yesterday in the Black Sea. Now, Joint Chief of Staff General Mike Miley has this to say about the incident.
So, was it intentional or not? Don't know yet. We know that the intercept was intentional. We know that the aggressive behavior was intentional. We also know it was very unprofessional and very unsafe. The physical contact of those two, not sure yet. That remains to be seen. But I can't. I can tell you with certainty, though, that we have absolute evidence of the contact, and the intercepts, et cetera, and it's very aggressive. As far as an active war goes, I'm not gonna go there. Incidents happen, and clearly we do not seek armed conflict with Russia, and I believe that at this point we should investigate this incident and move on from there.
Yesterday, Ukraine's 93rd Brigade allegedly have shot down a Russian Su-24 fighter jet, although the exact type of aircraft is actually yet to be confirmed. But this is over Bakhmut, and in this footage you can see one canopy indicating at least one of the two crew members ejected. Geolocation puts the location of the downed aircraft here, inside Russian-controlled territory. I see so many people disappointed that the pilot didn't die. And my thoughts are along the lines of, without a plane, a pilot is disarmed. And ejections are so typically violent and aggressive to the body that you're actually unable to ever fly again. So I guess wishing just death upon someone, I don't know. It never really sits right with me. Leader of Wagner Group, Prigozhin, in an interview published, has had this to say, directly calling out the Kremlin about ammunition.
И поэтому задача простая. ЧВК «Вагнер» ни в коем случае не должно взять Бахмут. Потому что в Солидаре уже наелись, вся страна поддерживала ЧВК «Вагнер», поэтому Бахмут ЧВК «Вагнер» брать не должно ни при каких условиях. Естественно, снарядный голод – это основа того, чтобы ЧВК «Вагнер» не взяла Бахмут. ЧВК «Вагнер» все равно возьмет Бахмут. Мы все равно возьмем его. И вы должны доказать всему миру, что русские могут. Мы всему, какая разница, Бахмут, Угледар, Авдеевку или еще какую-нибудь хрень на Сватово-Кременной. Без разницы что, ну возьмите что-нибудь. Поэтому я думаю, скорее всего, что снарядный город – это первая часть марлезонского балета. Ведь там война – это очень серьезная работа. И поэтому нас режут по снарядам, по всему остальному, лишь бы мы ничего не делали, чтобы мы были все так же, как и остальные. А если я сейчас...
Let's have a look at any movements on the maps. Now, firstly, the map, as always, we've got Ukraine, capital of Kyiv. The red areas is ground Russia has taken since 2022, and the purpley maroon since 2014. So we've got Romania, Poland, Belarus, and Russia around here. So we spoke yesterday about how Russia have captured this small village up here, and many are saying don't call it a village. It's basically, 3 or 4 buildings with a few permanent residents. But either way, Wagner Group has posted a video celebrating the capture here, and this is that video.
Мы сотрудники ЧВК «Вагнер». 15 марта 2023 года заняли с боем населенный пункт Залезянское.
So the situation in Bakhmut itself. So today we're on the 16th of March and we go back to the 15th, which was yesterday. We see in the north this closing up again. And as you can see, this grey zone, which is sort of the area of fighting, is all the way basically through the city, well more than halfway if we say that it starts here. And a lot of people are indicating this is time to leave. Why haven't the troops here left? And let's compare this to the Russian sources. And it is painting a very similar picture again. Now, this area here, which is not being shown as closed off. I've seen Ukrainian pages also saying that this has been closed off here. And if we look on the ISW, it is showing this assessed control in and around these peaks and all the way up past this road where it splits, where this is showing grey zone, but not exactly that. So it paints a very similar but little bit different photo. And this is why you need to be a little bit careful on these maps. And along Bakhmut, this video allegedly is showing a seriously wounded Ukrainian soldier being evacuated on a raft across one of the waterways as the bridges have been downed. And the situation here is absolutely hell. Now, there's also reports of a Ukrainian offensive south of Orikhiv, which groups have been geolocating to here. Now, Russia reporting this as a failed offensive, while most likely it was a scout probing group to see what Russian defences are there. Now, this might sound like bullshit, but this is a legitimate tactic, although risk versus reward is very high, but it can go south very quickly. Now, what is, I guess, this tactic? What is reconnaissance by fire or recon by fire? Well, it's also known as a speculative fire, is a warfare tactic used in which military forces may fire on likely enemy positions to provoke a reaction, which confirms the presence and the position of enemy forces. But it's seeming like, if this is true, this has gone sort of south, as the photos does seem to look like a few armoured vehicles were lost and a heavy firefight followed in this region. But most likely just picking out where those targets were, scouting for future large offensives. So look, guys, that's all I've got for you guys today. I hope you're having a great day and looking after yourself, and I'll see you either tomorrow or on the weekend. Okay, bye-bye. So yesterday I wanted to show you this full video of these Russian soldiers pinned down in Vuhledar inside of a building, pinned down from a Ukrainian tank. But for some reason I just can't show you this, and YouTube is super fussy around what gets restricted and unrestricted when talking about this topic. But the interesting part, I think, is this bit when he picks up off the ground a photo book. So if we just have a look, this soldier, they've just been hit by like a blast off like a tank. And you can see here he picks up a photo book of these young people whose, I'm assuming, whose apartment this is or house this is. And he says, pretty, and then throws it on the ground. And I wonder if this, in some way, is a bit of a realization of like, holy shit, like, what are we doing here? As you know, the people you are fighting against and within here are humans. And I always say this, that I don't care where people sit in this war, loss of life is terrible. And I completely understand. I was a soldier, but I completely understand, you know, loss of life in a war is something that is needed to happen, but we should never underestimate people involved in war are human beings. It's easy for me to look on a map or you to look on a map or a news article and blah, 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 or tweet something out. But the people at the front are humans with parents and brothers and sisters and children. It's horrific. The whole situation is just horrific.